with a weight up to the equivalent of 2 SUVs and a remarkable height. Do you think that elephants can beat the rhinos? As dubbed an armored tank with extremely dangerous combat weapons, how will the rhino assert its strength against the giant from the Great Forest? As today's video, let us learn about the confrontation between elephants and rhinos, and which animal will win. As the rhino versus the elephant, who is stronger? Rhinos and elephants are both herbivores, as they are classified as the largest and most dangerous animals in Africa, and weighing up to 3 tons, thick protective skin around, and a large horn, as rhinos have never had to get bored with any animal in Africa. The same goes for the elephants, which are large animals that are difficult to contain in the wild, as they are rarely aggressive with other species unless they are forced to defend themselves or to defend their territory. And given their status in the wild, it is no wonder that both of these animals take their territory extremely seriously. However, what would happen if one of these two larger species invaded each other's territory? As it can be seen that the large African elephant has entered the territory of the rhino without even knowing it, as an angry rhinoceros had rushed to attack the elephant, and immediately the elephant had used its trunk to knock the tree branch towards the enemy. And at this point, the aggressive animal had felt startled and had jumped back in fear. In terms of weight, the elephants definitely have an advantage, as an adult African elephant weighs up to about 7 tons, which is twice as much as the rhinoceros. However, what is not why rhinoceros are wary of elephants, and when this aggressive animal feels overly violated, it will not hesitate to confront and possibly injure. When seeing the elephants launch attacks, the rhinos are not afraid, but they immediately counterattack, as it uses its sharp and powerful horn to launch the blows to the opponent. As it is known that rhino's horn is made up of keratin, and muscles under the neck help to lift the rhino's heavy head, giving it a very powerful lunge. However, this time, because the weight and the physical strength of the rhino was somewhat inferior to the opponent, it had to retreat to preserve its life. As the dry season makes the water more precious than ever, and all the animals want to monopolize the water for themselves. The rhinos love to roam alone, and they love the water. And the giant elephants also need water to survive. And even every day, the elephants consume 160 to 300 liters of water. As there have been a lot of fierce battles between rhinos and elephants, just because they are fighting over the lake, and usually the rhinos are the losers. And at this time, there is no exception. And although the rhinoceros's eyesight is very poor, it can sense the approaching dangers. As seeing herself threatened, in order to protect the baby rhino, the mother rhinoceros moves forward to defend. However, their opponent this time is very aggressive and powerful, as the mother and the daughter rhino were attacked by the elephants and they had to run away. As possessing the death buds and extremely precious horns, The rhinos are also known for their unusually angry nature, and they can quickly change from calm to angry. But elephants are larger animals, as they have long tusks and a much more flexible and aggressive trunk than the rhinos, and they always get what they want. As still the confrontation to monopolize the water source of the giants, and they are aggressive. As confronted with a strong opponent like a wild elephant, the rhino is extremely warlike, as it is determined to protect its children and rights. And these elephants are no exception, as they are constantly threatening and being very annoyed. So will there be a fierce battle? You see, the rhinoceros mother and daughter don't seem to be in the range of these three giants. And if the rhino doesn't want to get hurt, it has to obediently yield and leave. As the elephants mainly eat smaller trees, bushes, fruits, nuts, and bark, the rhinos also have a similar food source. However, they rarely compete for food because the elephants do not often eat grass, and they prefer the tall branches with the smooth green foliage. And the cause of the clashes between rhinos and elephants could be due to a severe drought that resulted in depleted water and scarce food sources. As you see, facing an opponent who is superior to me in everything like the elephant, the rhinos don't seem to stand a chance of winning. As although the rhinos try to launch the attacks with its horns, this elephant is extremely calm, as it uses the thrust and the power of its trunk to drive the rhino out of its territory. And of course, the weaker must obediently give in. As witnessing the battles of the elephants and the rhinos, have you ever thought that the elephants will protect the rhinos from the immediate dangers? As sometimes, the fights are not the best way to help the animals survive, but they need to support and to warn each other from the common enemies. As the elephants and the rhinos have proven this through the elephants helping the rhinos escape the wings of death. As the two rhinos have detected a threat, and that is the bloodthirsty lions. As the male rhinoceroses move to scare away the predators to protect its family. And then the elephants suddenly appeared, as seemingly realizing that they were overwhelmed. The lions have begun to retreat, and meanwhile, the male rhino is ready to block the elephants. And I think in this case, if the elephants and the rhinos aren't really friends, you can assume that the elephants just need to let the rhino deal with the lions on their own. However, sometimes these distinct animals are quite closely related, and by being vigilant together, the animals can save energy. Otherwise, each one would have to keep an eye on their surroundings, day and night, and that there would be a little more time left to eat, sleep, or breed. With wild nature, you can never predict how the animals will behave towards each other, as all conflicts also stem from the desire to survive and the interests of the species. As sometimes, the animals love and protect each other to the fullest, and they also want to exist and grow together and support each other, as those are the invisible laws of nature. As today's video ends here, thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you love exploring the world of wild animals and their survival battles, then don't forget to press the channel subscription button in the corner of the screen to be notified as soon as possible. And for now, goodbye, and see you